This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, perfect. So today's call, we're going to be going over the marketing tools that we have set in place here. So we're going to be going over paid marketing, which is found in the Marketplace tab. And we're going to go over free marketing, which is found in the Lead Engine tab here. So before I get started, you guys should have already completed your homework assignments. Let me find it over here, which is to have completed your core quick start. You guys should have integrated your email, your Gmail, or Microsoft Outlook. You guys should have made sure your profile is up to date, meaning you filled in your MLS agent ID number. That way we can showcase your agent listings or your listings. Um, make sure that you have your agent website plugged in, your license number for MLS compliance, and your email signature. You guys should have already reviewed the campaigns in the Marketing Autopilot tab. That way you know exactly what types of messages we are going to be sending out to your leads on your behalf. And you guys should have downloaded the KV Core app. You guys should have noticed that it's a more condensed version of your dashboard. And you guys have the option to complete calls and tasks that are generated for you each day. And if you guys have Facebook, I do recommend you joining our Facebook discussion group. In our discussion group here, we offer additional training hosted by Ryan Hartman. We also notify you of any new releases and updates regarding KV Core. And you can also ask questions on that group, share your stories, let us know about your concerns. And other agents go there as well to help each other out. If you guys haven't completed any of those items, it is recommended that you guys do so. That way you know how everything is moving forward. If you guys have any questions on any of these items, you guys can always reach out to our tech support team as well on the bottom right-hand corner. All right, so I'm going to dive into paid marketing. I'm going to click on the Marketplace tab here. And in the Marketplace tab, this is where you guys can purchase Facebook leads and Google leads. You guys also have the option to boost a property. So let's just say you have an open house in the next couple weeks. You guys can boost that listing. It will be posted on both Facebook and Google. So for instance, if you wanted to know more about Property Boost, just click on this tile here. And this is where you can go and choose the listing that you want to post on or boost on. This boost, of course, will go on Facebook and Google, and you can choose a duration from 1 week up to 5 weeks. So I believe if you're only going to boost a property for 1 week, it's going to be $60, and each other week has a different price point. Any leads that you generate, it will be logged into your Business Analytics tab here. You can find it and accurately track them in the Source Performance tab. In the Source Performance, this is where we provide a visual graph. So you can see where you're capturing your leads. And then right below will be a breakdown. Now, if you're interested in buying Google leads, for instance, you can click on the Google tile and this window will pop up. On the left-hand side, it's just going to give you more information about how we're going to run your Google ads. We did provide an average nationwide price point for your leads, which is going to be between $10 up to $18. Again, this is nationwide. And then on the right-hand side, let me make this slightly bigger. Sorry that I know it's a little blurry. But on the right-hand side, this gives you a couple of examples of how your ads will appear on Google. Now, if you want to move forward with this and add Google Leads onto your account, click Add to KV Core. And this is the form that you would fill out. You would choose your monthly budget, 500 up to 2,000. You'd choose your personal domain. And then right below, in this important section here, this lets you know, depending on when you purchase your ads, we will either run it the month you purchase it or the following month. And it is a minimum 3-month commitment. After, it would be a reoccurring monthly subscription. So for example, if you were to have if you purchase leads today, March 26th, we will not run your ads until April 1st. If you purchased it before the 15th, we will run it that month. So if you purchased it on on March 3rd, we will run your whole ad starting that month. And again, you can track your leads in the business analytics tool here. Now, if you wanted to buy Facebook leads, for example, Facebook buyer, you can get more information about this. This on the left-hand side just gives you just a description of how we're going to run your ads. And then on the right-hand side, this is just going to be a few examples of how your ads will appear on Facebook. And you'll notice where it says your website, we're going to showcase your agent website. Now, if you purchase a vanity domain, meaning let's just say you've used Sally Jones Realtor for years now, and you don't like the domain that we provided for you, you can purchase a vanity domain add-on. That way we can showcase your vanity domain here instead of the one that we provided. Now, if you want to add this to your account, just click Add to KV Core, and again, you'll notice it's that same form that you saw for Google. You can choose your budget, which is minimum $250 up to $2,000. You'd select your personal domain, and it's the same information depending on when you purchase your ads. We'll either run it same month or the following. And this is a minimum 3-month commitment. After, it will become a recurring monthly subscription. Now, you guys are able to buy ads directly through Facebook and Google. You do not need to buy it through us. If you do purchase it through them, they will provide you a tracking code. Make sure that you plug in your tracking code in your website settings here. If you need help setting that up, you are more than welcome to reach out to our tech support team through our chat bubble, bottom right-hand corner. That way we can help you plug it in. Now, Facebook has made changes on their seller ads. So now we're currently working on them to make sure that we meet their compliance. So at this time, you cannot purchase Facebook seller leads through our system. So you can purchase Google buyer, Facebook buyer, and you can purchase a core property boost. Now, right above, this is where you can buy your own smart number. Not everyone in the office shares that same smart number, but you are able to purchase your own. This is an additional $25 per month per number. In the vanity domain add-on, this is where we can showcase your domain on all marketing. So we won't showcase the domain that we provided for you. It will showcase your vanity. Now, this vanity domain add-on will be $10 per month per domain. Now, if you don't want to do that, I recommend setting up a forwarding. So, for example, if you've owned Sally Jones Realtor and you want, to use that, you can set up a forwarding. So, if anytime someone types in sallyjonesrealtor.com, it will forward straight to the agent domain that we provided. But all marketing will still showcase your agent domain, not your vanity domain. Okay, so for free ads, you'd find that in the Lead Engine tab here. Now, in our last call, I gave you guys a definition between a landing page and a squeeze page. Can anyone in that room give me a definition of the difference between these two? It's fairly easy. Remember, landing page does this and squeeze page does this. Blair, if you're there, or anyone, does anyone know the difference between these two? Anyone want to try a guess?
We're not on a two-way.
Oh,
So
Okay.
they're going over with Brian. So if you want to go over the answers there.
Okay. Okay, so the difference between these two is that a landing page helps you generate new leads, whereas squeeze pages helps you nurture your leads. So again, the easiest way to remember is that landing page generates, whereas squeeze pages nurtures. So you have to remember that because you definitely do not want to be sending landing pages to your leads that are already in the system. We're also going to be going over call capture codes and the Millions Mapped app. So for landing pages, you're going to choose the domain. Well, you're going to choose your own domain. So I will just choose him. So I'm using Brian's domain. So everyone's landing page will look just like this. This is the default. You'll have your company logo right on top. This is going to be the title. And right below will be the tagline. So make sure the title and tagline is not too long, something short and catchy, because the title and tagline is going to appear on the actual post. Bullet points right below. These can be edited, modified. You don't have to keep these texts. You can change it depending on the landing page you're creating. You can even change the text right below. So landing pages, agents typically use this to, promote listings, like listings in a hot market area, or maybe like open houses in an area, maybe like homes with pools. Again, you can create a landing page to reflect whatever information you want it to reflect. I've also seen agents create landing pages that's not even real estate related. They've like partnered up with local vendors, to do some type of drawing, or they did like some type of fundraiser. That way they were still able to capture more potential leads. But typically you would use this to showcase very like hot market areas. So I'm going to be using a landing page, or I'm going to be creating a landing page for a hot market area. So does anyone have a hot market area they want me to use? And again, I'm going to be using Brian's domain. If I scroll down, let's see, I can...
Brian said he'll use Satellite Beach.
Satellite Beach, okay. Okay, Satellite Beach, and then I'll hit search. Now there's going to be a total of 59 properties. You guys can narrow it down, for example, under more options. You guys can search for, let me scroll down. You guys can just search for just listed. You can do any properties with pools or waterfronts, any ones that are reduced, and open houses. So let's see here. I see a bunch that's, waterfront, reduced. So let's try to do this. Let's do options waterfront. And then I will hit search again. And this takes me down to 16 listings. Okay. Now, once you've added all your information, I would always recommend changing the view and how you want your listings to appear. Now, this is the grid view. These small thumbtacks, or just thumb icons, and then you can choose a list, which makes the photo slightly bigger, and they have more information about these properties. Or you can choose the map, which pulls the map on the right-hand side, and then on the left-hand side, we'll just have the list of properties here. A lot of agents like to use the map just because they really like the map right on the right-hand side. So we'll go ahead and choose the map view. And once you're done with that, then you're going to go ahead and copy that hot sheet link that I just created. This link will be plugged in to this setting here. So I'm going to go through these settings from left to right. Now that I know that we're going to be promoting homes in Satellite Beach, or waterfront homes in Satellite Beach, I can start making changes to these. So from the left setting here, lead generation, it is going to give you a drop-down menu split into 3 sections: main options, KV inspired, and top 10 converting. So under main options, this is where you can choose different types of landing pages that you can create. Lead generation, which is what you see here, the email and cell phone field. Video view. This gives you an option to plug in a YouTube video, but you do not get that lead generation form. However, if you do use this and someone clicks on that submit button on the second property that they view, they're then prompted to register. So this avoids this forced registration. Video plus lead generation. Agents use this a lot to promote like an open house. The video would be the tour of the home. These bullet points would be highlighted features of the home. And again, you get the email and cell phone field right below. Content hijack. This would be another nice way of avoiding that forced registration. Text lead. Very similar to custom text codes. You can use this tool to capture the lead's cell phone number. For example, if someone were to text homes, for instance, to your 321 number, you capture their cell phone. Address capture. This is where you can capture seller leads, but you don't capture anything else. You only get their address. So when someone submits their address will be pulled into your smart CRM. I see agents sending out physical postcards. And on the physical postcard, it will give them a rough estimate of how much their home is worth. And on that postcard, it also has call to action. So agents would show, include their agent website on it, their, phone number, whether it be their cell phone number or a smart number that they've owned. That way, they can potentially get more of those leads. And I see a lot of agents who do this. They're getting really good results. So I've noticed a pattern for them. I've noticed they're targeting smaller areas, so smaller neighborhoods. And you have the Facebook chat. This is where you can go and utilize Facebook Messenger. If you've plugged in your Facebook ID in your profile, you would be able to set this up. Now, this does only integrate with Facebook Messenger, so if you do use this, make sure that you manually add your lead into the system. Below that would be KV Inspired. These are the ones that we've generated for you. And then right below that, top 10 converting. These are the ones that agents have created that you guys can use as a reference. So if you're stuck on something and you don't know how to, create a landing page, or you just kind of want to get some ideas from other agents, you can go ahead and check out top 10 converting. Also, if you joined our Facebook discussion group, agents also post their landing pages on there as well. That way you can see how theirs look. So under main options, I'm going to go ahead and select lead generation. This is our most used. The next setting, submit button text, relays over to this orange button here. See the list now. So depending on the landing page that you create, you guys can keep this text or you can modify it. URL after login also relays over to the submit button. Now, when someone submits their information, they're then taken to the page that you've plugged in here. Now, it does say optional. So if you leave this blank, it's going to take them back to your home page of your website. It is always recommended that you take them to the results page after they register. Hashtags, these are also optional, but I would utilize hashtags. I see agents, creating let me show you these. They like to organize their landing pages. So you'll notice LP1, LP2, LP3, LP for landing page. That way, if they create that hashtag, let's just say LP1, for instance, they can search for all leads in their smart CRM and see how many leads they were able to generate from that first landing page. The next setting is that require phone number. Now, if you uncheck it, it will now be optional. I always recommend the cell phone field being optional right from the beginning, especially if you're just starting out. That way you can just start, building out landing pages, see what works best for you. And once you find your niche, then you can require that phone number. However, it will really all depend as well if you want quality leads over quantity. And the last setting is the background. It's this background here. You guys can change the background to any of the stock photos that we've provided for you. But if you don't like any of the photos, then you're more than welcome to use your own custom background. Just make sure that it's a background that you didn't take online or like Google, because most photos nowadays have copyrights tied to it. So I would recommend it being a photo you've taken or a photo you've purchased. And the last setting is the primary MLS image. If you're creating a landing page to promote one single listing, let's just say you're creating one for an open house, you can use the primary photo as a background. Now that I've have this all set up, I'm going to go and make changes onto my landing page. So again, this is going to be the title. I'm going to use Satellite Beach, real estate deals, free weekly list of hot buys in and around Satellite Beach. And then these are going to be these bullet points. Again, you can modify it. Now, I know that there's going to be waterfront homes, so I'm going to say, instead of distress, I'm going to put waterfront properties. Beautiful homes with waterfront views. There you go. Again, you guys can make changes to it. And just as a heads up, if you do require a phone number, like that, like I just did right now, I always put on the bottom of the text, we do not spam. And then once you've made your changes on the landing page, make sure everything else is plugged in. I'm going to plug in my hot sheet link. So again, I'm copying that. I'm going to paste it in here. So again, when someone registers, they put in their email, phone number, and submit it. They're then taken to this listings page here. And the cool thing about it is that if you, no matter how long you use this, let's just say you're using it 6 months from now, you do not need to worry that we're still going to be promoting the same listings. These listings will be updated by your MLS. So we're pulling data from your MLS board. So we're not going to be promoting old listings. And because this is just going to be a demo, I'm not going to be creating any hashtags. But if we were to create any hashtags, these are some examples that I would type in. So I would use Satellite Beach. Oops. Beach. I would use SB Waterfront, SB. Now you'll notice that, I've added a comma in between. That just helps separate that hashtag. You definitely do not want a space because it will create additional hashtags for that. And you don't need to capitalize it. I do because it just helps me know that those are two separate words. And then if you were to incorporate that landing page tip that I showed you earlier, you would type in LP1. And you can search for leads with these hashtags. You can even email listings, text listings with leads with these specific hashtags as well. But for this demo, I will not create any hashtags. And then I can go ahead and hit save. Now, once you hit save, it's just going to let you know of two things. Once you save it, you can't edit it, so you need to create another one. And once you save it, you need to store it because our system will not store your landing page. You can create as many as you like. You can use it for however long as you like. We just won't store it. And it doesn't expire. So once you've read that, hit OK. And this is going to be the final draft. So before you share it anywhere, make sure that you store it. I have Google Chrome, so I bookmark it, and I have a folder for landing pages. And then I hit done. Once you've stored it, then you can share it. But if you're not going to bookmark it, then you would need to copy this URL and save it on a notepad or an Excel spreadsheet. Once you're done with that, then you can share. Once you hit the share button, it will let you share on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. Now, just so you know, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and Twitter, you can only post on one avenue. Facebook, you have 3 avenues. So if I hit Facebook, now you'll notice that the post here, that image matches the background image that I have here. Right below is going to showcase Brian's agent domain. Oops. Now, if Brian's had his own domain, number1realtor.com, for instance, if you purchase the Vanity Domain add-on, that domain will appear here instead of the domain we initially gave him. And then below that will be the title and tagline: Satellite Beach Real Estate Deals, Satellite Beach Real Estate Deals, free weekly list of hot buys in and around Satellite Beach, and you'll notice the taglines right here as well. Now, before you post to Facebook, make sure you have something personal tied to this post. I recommend writing about 1 to 2 sentences. The first sentence would be highlighting a feature. Second sentence would be a call to action. So what I would use on this one, an example would be, wow, check out these homes, or check out these waterfront homes. There we go. Waterfront homes in Satellite Beach. Call or text me at. You can either plug in your own personal cell phone number, or if you purchased your own smart number, you would put it in there. If you want to check out any of these homes this weekend. Okay, so again, the first sentence is highlighting a feature, waterfront homes in Satellite Beach, and the second sentence is a call to action. Of course, you're going to want to post this on your Facebook business page, so make sure you hit share. And then from this drop-down menu, you're going to select the page that you manage, which is your business page. Then you can post it. Now, once you post it on your business page, find that post and share it onto your personal wall. And then share it on any real estate related groups. For example, homes for sale in Satellite Beach, or waterfront homes in Satellite Beach. Again, these are just a group is just a bunch of people on the same thread that's posting, related content, real estate related content, for example. You will notice that there are going to be buyers on there. Sometimes sprinkle in any sellers because they just want to see what kind of homes that are for sale. That way they can get an idea of how much their home is worth. But you'll also notice other real estate agents posting their ads on there as well. So for Facebook, you have those 3 avenues: your Facebook business page, real estate related groups, and your personal wall, which you would share those posts to your wall. Everything else, you have only one avenue. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Now the next thing that we're going to be going over is, let me close out of here, is the squeeze pages. Now squeeze pages, I did mention earlier that these squeeze pages you would want to nurture your leads with. But you also have the ability to generate seller leads, which you get their address, email, phone number, and you can also generate a market report. So for multi-property, you'll notice that Squeeze Pages has 4 different kinds. Multi-property, which means we're pulling multiple listings that meet this home search criteria. Single property, which just means we're showcasing one single listing. Seller Squeeze, this is where you can capture the lead's address, email, phone number when they plug in their address into the system. And then market report, we give them a rough estimate of how much homes is worth in one specific area. Now I'm only going to be building out multi-property because multi-property has the most settings, search criteria, page configuration, and link. All these 3 pages have very limited settings. So search criteria, we can use satellite beach again. So satellite beach, we use the city. You can also use a draw on map tool if you'd like. And you can add multiple areas. You don't need to add just one. Listing type, you can choose any of these options here. I'll just choose single family. Price, I'll do, I'll say maximum 950. And then again, all of these settings are optional. The only requirements is plugging in an area. I'm only going to plug in area, listing type, and max price. And then the page configuration, this setting is for advertising or marketing purposes. So if you're going to be creating squeeze pages to try to generate new leads, then you need to fill out this page configuration setting. You're going to let our system know where you're going to be planning to post it. That way we can track it in our business analytics. So you would plug it in the source. So if you were going to post it on Facebook, you would type out Facebook in the source. Twitter, you would put in Twitter, Instagram, any of that. Oh, sorry. Just lost my mouse. Hashtag, this is optional, but you can choose any of these hashtags here that is already created. Facebook cover photo, if you're going to be posting it on Facebook, you can choose from any of these photo options here. Recent listings, low priced, high priced, and random. We always try to pull from your listings first. So Brian's, I'm using Brian's domain. It's always going to try pulling from Brian's active listings. So if he doesn't have any active listings in Satellite Beach that are up to 950,000, then we're going to be pulling from the company. If the company listings do not have anything that match this criteria here, then we pull from the MLS. So I'm going to just use high priced from here. And then the last setting is the registration form. This is where you're going to let our system know when the registration form should pop up. The number 2 is the default. When they're viewing the second property, they're then prompted to register. However, you can make it immediate. When they, click on that link, they're then, required to register before they can see the results. You can, push it out to 3 up to 50. We do give you the never option, but just as a tip, if you choose never, you probably will never capture that lead. So don't choose that. I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend using our default, which is 2. So now that I've plugged in my criteria and page configuration, actually let me put in Facebook. Now I can generate my link. Now you'll notice that we've given you 2, a direct link, which would be for marketing, short link would be for nurturing. So you would send an email or text message with this short link. You'd use the direct link for marketing because it has the Facebook configuration settings plugged in. So I'm going to go and show you how you would use this on Facebook. So I'll copy this link. Let me go to Facebook right now. So on this status bar, you would type it in or paste that direct link in. And once Facebook pulls that data, you can then delete that direct link. And if you're lucky, Facebook will give you the option to choose. You'll sometimes see these arrows. Sometimes Facebook will just choose one photo on its own. So I can choose from any of these listings. I'm going to choose the first one. And of course, before you hit share, make sure you write that 1 to 2 sentence. Remember, highlighting a feature and a call to action. Now, if you don't like any of these photos listed here, you can always click X and upload your own photo. Make sure you post it on your Facebook business page, post it on any real estate related groups, and share that post on your personal wall. So Facebook has those 3 avenues. Everything else only has 1 avenue, and all other social media does not allow an image to be posted like Facebook does here. And you would use this short link, let me copy that, in your smart CRM. So of course you'd use that filter tool. Because it's going to be pulling homes in Satellite Beach, you want to send it to leads that are looking for homes in Satellite Beach. So I would go to property interest, location, type in Satellite Beach, and then apply filters. So it's going to be these 5 leads here. You can check all. You can email or text it. For example, if you wanted to text it, you can paste that short code link. And because it's within the character limit, you can write a personal message here. And anytime when your when your lead clicks on that link on their text message, it will take them to this listings page here. And you'll notice that this this link has been changed because that short link forwards over to the direct link. You wouldn't want to use a short link on Facebook because it doesn't have the Facebook configuration. And if you're going to plan to post this somewhere else after you're done posting it on Facebook, let's just say Twitter, for instance, you need to go back to the configuration source, change that to Twitter, and regenerate that new link. Once you regenerate that new link, you could use the new direct link and post it onto Twitter. That way, we can accurately track where we're capturing your leads from in the business analytics tool. If you were to use the Facebook configuration link on Twitter's page, if you're posting it on Twitter, if you do generate any leads from Twitter, our system is going to log those leads as Facebook leads. So always make sure to change the source. Don't use, a Twitter source on Facebook, for example. Now the next tile that we're going to be going over is call capture. This is very similar to custom text codes here. Now for custom text codes, very similar to what you see on like sign writers. It's going to say text 123 to see photos on this listing. I would also see agents using it to promote open houses in a hot market area, like text open houses to this text only number to receive open houses in this, in this area. Also, I see agents using it to advertise they would advertise their Millions Mapped app. So all of you guys have a unique app tied to your account. The way to find it is by going onto your website, and after the .com, you type out /app.php. So for example, if I were to go to Brian's domain, after the .com, I'm going to type out app.php. And this is the link that you're going to want to send to your leads via text. You're not going to send them to this over email, because if you send it to them over email and they click on that link, it's going to ask them to download it onto their iPhone or Android. So on their cell phone, they would click on that link. It will download it on their iPhone or Android. And once that lead downloads it, they can start searching for homes instantly right from that app. And you are the spotlight agent, meaning everything is going to be pointed back to you. If they want more information about a listing, everything goes back to you. Any contact information, it will all showcase your information. I would recommend you creating yourself as a test lead in your own system. That way you can play around with these custom text codes and download the app as if you were the lead. And if I scroll down, if I hit add new, this is where you can create your custom text codes. So for example, what I see agents doing on their email signature, they say, search for homes instantly right from my app text homes to download the link today. Or, it could be like your name, like it could say text Bryant or text Bryant app to search for or to receive my link to download it today. Now, of course, you're going to have your own custom text code. Once you have your custom text code saved into the system, no one else can have your same custom text code because everyone is sharing that same smart number. So if someone already has homes, no one else can use it. So make sure that you've created all of your custom text codes in the system. You can promote it to showcase one listing. You would plug in the MLS ID. So if someone texts, let's say 123, and you put in, let's just say that listing ID in there, that lead will get a link to that listings page. So they will click on that link and it'll drive them back to your website. Or you can write a custom message here where you would be promoting your, Millions Mapped app. Now, you cannot include both an MLS ID and a custom message. It's either or. And if you have both of these filled in, the MLS ID will override it, so your lead will only get information about that listing. They will never receive your custom message. And then you would choose your smart number. I would recommend you, using when you do create a custom text code, make sure you say it is a text-only number. That way they can text 123 to your number, not calling it, and you can capture that lead. So this does go over the whole marketing tools that we have set in place for free and paid marketing. Does anyone have any questions for me? If no one has any questions for me, just so you guys know, we do have a webinar, a success webinar today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, if you guys can make it. I do recommend you joining. It is hosted every Tuesdays and Thursdays. You guys can sign up right here. I plugged in that link. We also notified you through this chat bubble too. Okay, so I'll be sending this recording over to your admin. So if you need a copy of it, I will be sending it to them by end of business today. If no one else has any other questions, I hope you have a great rest of your week. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.